Hello everyone, in this video we will create an exercise, and in this exercise we will be sending Ether to a smart contract, and then we will be withdrawing Ether from that smart contract to an address. So as you can see, we will use this file, this Solidity file, this smart contract file here, and it's actually very simple. These two functions, it's very simple. I mean, you know them actually. This one is returning us the balance of the smart contract, and this one is returning us the address of the smart contract. Why I created these two functions here? Because it will be nice to display these two information on the index.html page. Okay, that's why I created these two functions here. Yeah, so you should also do the same. And the main functions are actually these two functions. This function will make sure that we can send Ether to this smart contract. How? I mean, as you can see, this function is empty actually, there is nothing inside. But the thing is, when you tag a function as payable, it means that you can send Ether to this function, which in other words means that the contract which is holding this function can accept Ether. Okay, so although there is nothing inside this function, we will define some parameters later inside the index.html page, like value, like from which account, and by using the web3 functions of index.html page, then we will be able to send Ether to this smart contract by using this function. By using, I mean by calling this function. Okay, so, and the second function here is our withdraw function. It's named like that. We will withdraw this address here, and we will withdraw this amount from the smart contract. Pay attention here, from contract to address and from address to contract. Deposit, let me name this as withdraw. Yes. And so yeah, I mean, we will not change anything else. We will not do anything else. Our smart contract file, it will stay like that for all the exercise. So you can copy paste this. I mean, and then don't compile it, don't deploy it, just copy paste it. Okay, and then we can actually close this. And after that, we can now go to the command line. Also make sure that first go to the command line, create a folder or at any place in your computer, and then open your command line on that folder. As you can see, I have created a folder called test10, and now I am on it on the command line. And also on your Visual Studio Code, open that folder. As you can see, it's test10, the same folder. And make sure that make sure that you have previously connected Ganache to your MetaMask. If you haven't done that, please watch my video of how to connect Ganache to MetaMask. I will put it in the description. And so, but to not lose time, I will not be showing it here. And yeah, so after these two things, yeah, now actually we can start our project. And this notes text, it's for me actually, it's not for you, so it shouldn't confuse you. And here the first thing to do is to install Express package. And Express is not going to take much time, only a few seconds, and then it will be done. Yes, it's done. Now our Express package is installed onto this folder, and we can downsize this. And now we will need three files. The first file is index.html. The second file is something happened. The second file is server.js. You know, these namings are a convention. Some people, they name this as script.js, but I think it's wrong, because this name in this file well, okay, some people they name it as script.js, but these people are not majority. Majority of people they name it server.js, which I think is the proper naming. So you should also name it server.js, because script can mean anything else, you know. Script can be like something else, but when you see it as a server.js, you understand that this file is related to server. It's not related to JavaScript events, DOM manipulation, and these kind of things. It means that this file is related to server settings. So yeah, after these two files, maybe we can create also. Actually, we don't need to put our Solidity file here, but just, you know, for the sake of information, we will be doing it. So go back to your remix, copy paste all of it, and then go to your file, paste it here, and then you can close this file, because we are finished with the Solidity file. We will not change anything else, it's done. And now for the server.js, I have already created a server file here so that we will not be losing too much time. You can copy paste it. I will share all of these files on the GitHub also. You can copy paste it and it will be fine. And the thing is, this is a very simple server file. We are using Express web framework, and we are first importing Express and also the path inside the Express. I mean, you don't need to install path separately. And then we are taking out all the Express functions, saving it inside the app, and then by using the get function of the Express, we are defining, we are serving the index.html for this route, and this route is called, I mean, when you are putting a slash, it means this route is called index route. And then we are using response send file, and then we are using the join method of path and serving the index.html page. And here it's only for visual purposes. I mean, you can just say app.listen 5000, but if you do it like this way, it will be more visual. You will like your code more, because then you can see the port number on your command line. So I kindly advise you to copy paste and do the same. So after doing this, save it, and you can now say goodbye to server.js file, because we will not do anything else with it. Now we can close it. And here, the index.html, this is the main file that we will be doing all the actions on it, let's say. And let me now copy paste this. And I will be going up here. So first, as you can see, I mean, I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible without using extra tags, no meta tag, nothing. And pay attention to here, you need to import web3 on either on the index.html, or you can like npm install it. But if you use it in this way, it's better actually. Use the script tag, and there are many other variations of this link, but you can also use this link also, you know. And then let me show you the style. Here is actually very simple, nothing complicated, as you can see. And I will now downsize this. Please copy paste it, and now I will downsize this. And here for the body part, we have two div tags, as you can see. The first div tag is named read area, and the second div tag is named write area. Why? Because I thought that it would be better to give half of the page for the view functions and the other half for the write functions, so that they will not be like somehow mixing together, and that it would be visually more appealing. And for that reason, you can do the same. After you copy paste the style, you will see that it will look nicer when you copy paste these also. And the functions that I defined for each button click, let me explain. The first button click will connect the index.html to MetaMask, okay, and then it will display some information accordingly here in this paragraph. The second button click function will connect will connect index.html to the smart contract, and then it will display relevant information here according to the result of this function. And the third function here, what we are doing, get contract account. Yeah, here actually we are calling a function on the smart contract. You remember, I will show you here. Where is it? Yeah, get address. Actually, here with this function, we will be calling this function here. We will get the address of this contract when we click on this function, get contract account, get address. So they are like, I mean, the namings there, they mean the same thing. And then this function, as you can see, it's get balance. And when we click on this button, it will call this, which one? This one. It will call this function here. And these two functions are view functions. They don't change the state of the smart contract. We will just read from the smart contract. And then after we finish these four functions, we will be moving on with these two functions here. These two functions, they are write functions. It means that we are changing the state of the contract, which means that when we send ether to this contract, the contract account will update. The contract's account will update, and it means that the state of the contract will update, will change. That's why it's called write functions. And the same thing when we withdraw ether from that contract, again its state will update, and it means that the state of the contract will change. That's why these two functions, they are called write functions. And yeah, the first function will be used to deposit ether to the contract, and the second function will be used to withdraw ether from the contract. And to deposit ether to the contract, we will use just one input area, which we will be using to set, to define a value that we want to send. And for the second function, which is withdraw function, we will use two input areas. The first input area, where is it here? The first input area, we will use it to get the address, and the second input area, we will use it to get the value. And that's it. Now we can close this, and we can go here, clear up the console, Node server.js. You see port 5000, it says everything is fine. Now let's see if the server is working. Yes, you see how nice it is. These two functions, these two, send ether, withdraw ether, these are write functions. And these four functions here, they are just view functions. Right now they don't do anything because we haven't yet used JavaScript to define them. And yeah, so everything looks fine. Our page is served on the 5000 index route. And yeah, now let's go back to index.html, and now we can open the script tags. The first function, let account, because later we will use this variable here to get the account information of our MetaMask. And here const connect MetaMask is equal to FAA. If you don't know what FAA means, it's a shortcut for arrow function. And let me show you here. If you download this package here, fast arrow, then you can easily create your arrow functions by typing FAA or FA and a few others. Okay, so now let's say FAA because I want to use the parameters, and now I define it as asynchronous, as you can see. And now I know that you know this part, but I'm like doing it again so that if window.ethereum is not equal to undefined, then we will get the accounts await and Ethereum request, and then open some parameters, method Ethereum request accounts, and then we can close this, and now we can use this variable here, make it equal to accounts, because this accounts is an array, and when we call this request, when we call this, let's say, function, we are getting an array of accounts that is provided by the MetaMask, and we actually don't need all the accounts. The first account the first account will be enough, so that's why we are saying account 0, and then it will be nice to display this account information on the index.html page. That's why we will be now targeting that paragraph area here, user area, as you can see, and then I will just say inner HTML is equal to, open some template literals, user account is, it's done, it's finished. The first function is finished actually. It's connect MetaMask. But of course, maybe we can continue up with the second function, because I have done this in the previous 3 exercises. So I think for that reason, I think you know about this function. So now let's connect contract. Let's see FA, and here I will first say const ABI, but it will be empty for now, and then const address. I will just make it also an empty string for now, and after that, now we can use the web3 functions. So the first thing is to say window web3 is equal to await new web3. But please be careful here, do not make it small letter, make it capital letter, okay? This web is small letter, but this web is capital letter, okay? And then ABI and address. Oh no, sorry. Window web3, window Ethereum. We will use the ABI address in the next part. So now window contract is equal to await new and window. Now we can use this window web3 which we have get previously, contract. So let me show you here, the C of the contract is also capital, okay? Pay attention to this part also. The W of the web3 is capital, the C of the contract is capital, but not here, okay? The C of the contract is small, the W of contract is small. And now we can say ABI. By the way, these functions, I mean these these lines of code, they are somehow convention, you know. I'm not discovering something new. This is like a convention. And after that, maybe we can display some message, document get element by ID is equal, oops, sorry, and which ID? This ID, because we are calling this function. And here we don't need template literals, we will just say connected, just some simple information. So now we will stop here, save it, because now we need to get the ABI and also the address. To get the ABI and address, we need to deploy the function. I mean, we need to deploy this contract. So to deploy the contract, let's go to remix, make sure that your contract is on your remix, and then go to Ganache. Make sure that the Ganache here is open, and then you will have something like that. And also, as I said, make sure please that your Ganache is connected to MetaMask. And as you can see, my Ganache, I will just click here to show you that my Ganache is connected to MetaMask and I have 88 ethers. Okay, now let's downsize this. So now I'm on this smart contract, and I will just go to here to compile it. It's been compiled. Now I will deploy, but before deploying, go up. Instead of JavaScript virtual machine, choose web3 provider, and it will give you, in your case it will be 8545, but you should change it to 7545. Why? Because it's, yeah, they are asking us, I mean the Ganache is asking us to set the let's say root like that, 7545. So 7545. Let's say OK, and once we say OK, then the remix is connecting to this Ganache and it's getting all the accounts from this Ganache. And we can test it, for example, the first account is E532. Let's check. Yes, it's E532. So now after doing that, we can now deploy it. It will take a second, and yeah, it's deployed. So as you can see, our contract is deployed and the contract address is this one. So now let's copy it and go to address here and paste it, and make sure that you have these codes surrounding the contract name, I mean the address. And then for the ABI, again make it equal, and now go to the compile area and copy paste ABI here by clicking the ABI icon here, and then go back to your Visual Studio Code and paste it. And then you will want some indentation, a proper indentation, so that it will look nicer. Yes, now it's fine. And we can minimize this API. So yeah, now it's ready actually. Let's save everything. Make sure that you saved everything, and now go back to your command line, close the previous server, clear up the console, node server.js. And now let's refresh these. It's been refreshed. Now if I click on this button, it should connect to MetaMask. Yes, as you can see, it connected and it grabbed that information. How? Because my MetaMask was already open. But to show you, I will lock it, just to show you how it's done. So if I now click it again, it will open that MetaMask prompt. So let's click on it. As you can see now, MetaMask prompt is open, and it will ask me my password. So once you enter your password, it will take a few seconds, and yeah, now we have the user account. User account is the account which is this one. Let me open it again. It's the account that is provided by MetaMask. It's my account, okay? And now if I click on this button, something happened. I did something wrong. Let's see. So window web3 contract is not a constructor. Let's see what's the problem here. Probably I did something wrong here. So ABI, it's ABI. Address is address. Comma is comma. Await new web3, window web3. Actually everything looks fine. Connect contract. Is the function name true? Yes, it's true. Then what's the problem here? Now let me see. Actually I need to use this, sorry. I forgot this extra keyword here. Sorry guys, yeah. So now actually it should work. Let me see it. window web3 Ethereum contract, window web3 Ethereum contract. So now it should work. Let's now save everything. And these are conventions, as I say, you know, it's normal to forget them because we are not the I mean, we didn't create them, so it's normal to forget them. And now let's close this. Let's restart the server again. And yeah, now I can close this. User account is successful, is here, and connected to contract. So yeah, the first two functions are finished. Actually, the rest of the functions are going to be easier. So let's first finish the view functions, and we will be moving on with this get contract account. Const get contract account is equal to FAA asynchronous. So here I will be calling the get address function of the smart contract. So you can see await and window.contract.methods get address. The get address is here. Let me show you. It's this function, okay? Whatever the name here, you must enter it here. And then, as this one is a view function, we need to use call. And then I would like to display this account information on the index.html page. For that reason, I will save this data inside or I can say data inside the variable, and then just simple get element by ID and user account. Oh, actually this is not user account, this is a contract account. So yeah, now let's save this. Contract account, but maybe I can make the C small letter because it should be camel case actually. Yeah, so now contract account dot inner HTML template literals, and here I will say contract account is equal to data. And after that, I will not stop. Let's now get the third view function, which is get balance. Const get balance is equal to, again, asynchronous functions. Again, const data, I can say, and await, because this time I will be calling this function of the smart contract get balance. Okay, so wait window dot contract get balance. I mean, these two names, they are the same. It shouldn't confuse you, and it might confuse you, so I will change the name of this one. Get name apple, sorry, get balance apple. Yeah, so that you will understand that they are different functions. This function is the index.html function, and this function is the smart contract function. So window contract get balance and call, and then I will display the account balance data on the paragraph again. Document not get animations, get element by ID, oops, and balance area, and then say inner HTML, and then again template literals and contract balance. I would say contract balance, and yes, almost finished. And say data. Yeah, that's finished. Now our view functions are finished, so let's test it. Let's restart the server, clear up the console, restart the server, port 5000, let's go to 5000, refresh the page, connect to MetaMask user account, we got connect to contract, connected to contract, get contract account. As you can see, this one is the contract account, this one is the MetaMask user account, and then get balance of the contract. Again, something happened. Check now. Get balance is not a function. Why it's not a function, my friend? Probably I changed the name, you know. That's why. Let me see. Get balance apple. Yeah. So it should work. This one is get balance. Yeah, the namings they look fine. So what's the wrong with it? I think everything is fine. Yes, now let's save it. Let's restart the server. Now let's go to, here is done, here is fine, here is fine. What is wrong here? You know, I don't understand sometimes. Get balance is not a function. Why it's not a function? Index 142. Ah, sorry guys. So yeah, because I forgot the methods here. Yeah. Yeah, now let's restart the server. And let's save it. I'm sure that it will work, so I will close this area. Connect to MetaMask, connect the contract, connect account, get balance of the contract, 0. Why? Because it doesn't have any ether inside. So now we can move on these two write functions. It will be easy, you know. So let's get the name of the deposit one. Const deposit contract is equal to FAA asynchronous, and first we need to get the input value here in this input. So for that we will say const amount is equal to document, say document get element by ID, and the name of the ID of that input area dot value. Okay, be careful, don't say inner HTML, because from the inputs, if you want to grab the whatever inside the input, you need to use value. Okay, and the second thing, address data. So again we will use document get element by ID, and this time what is the name of it? Actually I named it as, oh sorry, this yeah, I was checking the withdraw function. So yeah, I mean for depositing, actually this is enough. Deposit input, let me see, yeah, deposit input, and value, yes, it's fine. Now I will call that method. Which method? This one. So the name is deposit. Okay, await window contract methods. As you can see, this deposit doesn't have any parameters. It's just an empty function, actually. It doesn't have any parameters. So it means that we can use the send function, the send method parameters. So we will say from where? From account. Okay, from this account. Because from this account we want to send ether to this contract. And also this account will pay the gas fee. Okay. And then value should be the amount. And you know this value will be in way, the minimum unit of ether. And I guess that's it, you know. That's how you send ether to a contract. So now let's test it. Restart the server, clear up the console. Refresh the page, connect the MetaMask, test everything, works fine. Now, as you can see my account here, let me show it to you. I have more than enough ether. I have 88 ether. I have countless way. It means that I can send a crazy number like this because my ethers are well beyond this value. So if I click on this, it will now prompt the MetaMask, and it will ask me to confirm the transaction. So once I confirm the transaction, and now if I get the balance of the contract, you see it's one, I don't know, let's say 100 billion or 1 trillion something here, but this is in way, okay? It's not ether, it's way. It's the minimum unit of ether. And so this depositing function works. Now let's go to the withdraw function. Const withdraw, how is it called? Yeah, withdraw. Const withdraw is equal to asynchronous, and here, so to send ether back to a Ganesh address, here as you can see, I have set two parameters. One is address and one is amount. So for that purpose, I will first get the values of these two inputs. One is text for the address, the other is number for the value. So const, let's first get the amount and document. Maybe I can just copy it, you know, so that we will not be losing too much time, which is a very valuable resource. Deposit input 2. As you can see here, just to make the names different, I named these inputs as 2. And after that, I will also get the address. And here, instead of deposit input, nope, sorry, it's amount input. Then actually I don't need the number 2 here because the name is already different. So yeah, and the second input is address input. Address input, value, so everything is fine. And after that, you know the rest. You will just say await window contract methods and withdraw is the name, right? Let me see. Yeah, make sure that this name is the same name here, and then the parameters, you know, the first parameter is address, the second parameter is amount, and then send. So the thing here is the send function, it should be the account, it should be us again. We need to you might think that the send function from part should be the contract address. No, it shouldn't be contract address. It should be your Ganesh address, okay? Because somebody needs to pay gas fee, and from means it will be from your from your Ganesh account. This gas fee will be paid. And from, that's why we can say account, because this account refers to this account, the Ganesh address that we are using. And after that, you know, the rest is fine. We don't need to set the value because we are setting the value inside the Solidity smart contract function, and I guess that's it, nothing else. So let's now save it. Now let's go to command line, node server.js, and then refresh, connect to MetaMask, connect the contract, get account, get balance of the contract. You see it's still something crazy number. Let's send something, you know, just to test if it's gonna work. Yeah, it's working, but it will take me a few seconds until I confirm it again. So now it should be like trillion something plus 9 here. Yes, it works, it's 9. So now I can send Ether back to another address. So this time, let me see from each address. Actually, I should check remix. Here, as you can see, I have many Ganesh addresses. I mean, the Ganesh address here, they don't show what is, I mean, like the extra, because it doesn't stop here. There are many zeros counting, so you can't see them on the Ganesh, this Ganesh graphical user interface. You can't see them here, but actually these zeros are continuing, and you can see them here. So this, let me see, this one, it has 100 Ether. I would like to transfer from smart contract to this account. Okay, let me show you again. I will copy it, A64, okay, copy it, and now go back to your main account, which is this one, ATE532, and then you can go to, where is it? You can go to your this page, index.html page, and directly paste the account information that you copied. And here, you know, as you can see, I have crazy number here. So how can I understand that? If I transfer back 9, this contract balance should again be 0, isn't it? So yeah, hopefully this will work. But of course, you know, I will transfer 9 way to this account, and my MetaMask account will pay the gas fee, okay? So as you can see, there are 3 parties here. My contract will transfer 9 way, the other Ganesh address will receive this 9 way, and my Ganesh address, let me show you again, will pay the gas fee. So now if I click on it, it will again prompt MetaMask, and now if I confirm, it's done. Hopefully now if I get the balance of the contract, this should be 0. Yes, it works, but of course we can test it more to see if it really worked. Now go back to your remix, and if we see an account, well, you see it's here, it's 0.00000 something 9 Ether. So it means that this account has received the Ether that we sent from the smart contract. So that's it, guys. I know that this video was long, 43 minutes, but the topic was important, and hope to see you next time. Bye bye.